So Warner Brothers have messed up bigger than the Snyderverse stuff. They've really messed up. So they are making Clark Kent black. A black Clark Kent. Not only did they announce this information on Henry Cavill's birthday, the current Superman, who still has one movie left on his contract, and he's actually going nowhere, guys. So, yo, what is freaking good, YouTube? It's your boy, Warstu here, with a video on the Warner Bros. Disaster. It really is a disaster. Warner Brothers. Did Marvel make black Peter Parker? No, they didn't. They used Miles Morales into the Spideyverse. They didn't make a black Peter Parker, did they? No. I know they like to copy Marvel, but in this instance, they're not copying Marvel. So, everyone's thinking when this news initially dropped, we're going back a year or so, that it was going to be Calvin Ellis or Val Zod, which would make sense, and everyone would be cool with this. And yes, I've gone through the comments in the last video, and a lot of people were like, yo, Warstu, you're incorrect, you're speaking indifferently, you don't know what you're on about. But I've spoke to a lot of people over the last few days since we went over that fluff piece of an article that was basically a force agenda saying, yeah, we're making Kal-El black, we're making Superman black. But this is Clark Kent Superman. We're not talking about Val Zod or Calvin Ellis, who went on to become the President of the United States of America from Earth 23. You're going down the route of turning Kal-El into black. That doesn't make any sense. Now, in the same article, it did say it'll be similar to the Matt Reeves style of the Batman. Okay, on Earth 2. So why not use Val Zod, who in DC Comics is from Earth 2? It's the same with Captain America on, Marvel and the Falcon and Winter Soldier. They didn't turn Captain America black. Sam Wilson in the comics became Captain America. It wasn't a race swap or anything, or a color swap. In the comics, Sam Wilson became Captain America. It was a storyline from the comics. It wasn't a forced agenda. I really can't get my head around what Warner Brothers are doing. To me, it's almost like they're trying to sabotage their own property to make DC Comics fail, so they sell DC to another company. I really can't get my head around why they're not using Val Zod or Calvin Ellis. It really doesn't make any sense to me. Val Zod is one of the last Kryptonians of his universe and the second to use the mantle of Superman. There's been many Supermen, but why is there this forced agenda to turn Superman black? There's nothing wrong with a black Superman. When I first heard the story, when it came out, I thought, awesome, we're going to get Val Zod or Calvin Ellis. And then earlier this week, we get a story that is actually Kal-El who is getting a color swap for no reason. Stuff has to happen organically. Don't force it. And this has enraged a lot of Superman fans. Not just because Henry Cavill is beloved as Superman. It's more the fact that they decide to race swap Clark Kent, Kal-El, and make him black for absolutely no reason. Warner Brothers, it's becoming unbearable. I can see why Christopher Nolan's walked away. They've made so many mistakes, but you cannot mess up your boy, Superman. And yes, okay, we will briefly get into this topic, but I think it's absolutely irrelevant because I don't follow either of them. Henry Cavill officially unfollows Warner Brothers Studios. Okay, that doesn't really make a lot, and I don't want to make an independent video about it because that's absolutely redonkulous. Yes, I see people making videos about it, but no, we're tagging into this video. Okay, Henry Cavill unfollowed them. Okay, that doesn't really mean anything, and they unfollowed Henry Cavill, but if you guys actually do your research, Warner Brothers, last time I checked, aren't following Jason Momoa either. Does that mean Jason Momoa's out? No. So it is interesting. Henry Cavill still contractually has one role left on the old contract before we get into the new contract. So they would either and/or have to pay him off. You know what? Like when Johnny Depp got fired, but because he shot one scene, they rumoredly had to pay him $10 million for one scene. Henry Cavill still has a cameo role left on his contract. It's just damn disrespect to drop this news. Yeah, Kal-El, you're gonna be black now for absolutely no reason. Absolutely no reason. Like I said, Spider-Man, they didn't do this. They created Miles Morales, who was from the comics. They didn't go, right, we're gonna get a black Peter Parker because it just has to happen in the modern world. No, they used a character who was already from the Spider-Man universe and the Spider-Man heritage and went with Miles Morales, with the video game on the PS5, also in Spideyverse 1 and 2, and Miles Morales will probably show up in the MCU Sonyverse at some point. And I hate to kind of pull back on the Sam Wilson is now the new Captain America. They didn't turn Sam Wilson and change his name and call him Steve Rogers and turn Steve Rogers into a black Captain America. Then they followed the comics. What is Warner? What are they thinking? It makes absolutely no sense to me why they would do this. Can anyone down below let me know why? What is going on here? It just makes absolutely no sense when you've got such great black Supermen in the DC universe in the sense of the comics. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Kal-El, why? Why are they having Clark Kent be black? It makes no sense. We have Val Zod. We have Calvin Ellis. That would be great. That really would be great. The only savior for the moment for Warner Brothers is the fact that you got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on board. Because without The Rock, at the moment, WB would be screwed. Because let's be honest, the Flash movie is going to be absolute fire, but people are only interested because you've casted a new Supergirl. Michael Keaton's supposed to be in it. Ben Affleck's supposed to be in it. Warstu's supposed to be in it. People aren't really excited for the Flash movie because it's not the Flash movie. Reverse Flash hasn't even been casted yet officially. We're not getting the origin story that is needed. I really don't understand. This, guys, like, I hate to make content like this, but I've been thinking about it for a few days. It makes absolutely no sense. Calvin Ellis, also Val Zod, have great backstories, great origins, which could be introduced. They've even had parts of multiverse-based storylines in the comics. They're from different Earths. I mean, Calvin Ellis, Earth 23, Val Zod, Earth 2, which would make much more sense if they were to introduce someone like Val Zod, not race swap a character just so you can write a really generic storyline. I get it. You've not hired a very good writer. We get it. You've not hired a very good team. Bad Robot production value is very bad, allegedly, in my opinion. It's very bad. It was so simple. If you were going to reboot, but you're not because Henry Cavill's not going anywhere, that is nonsense. I don't care what anyone says. From what I know, Henry Cavill isn't done. Regardless of him unfollowing, that doesn't mean anything. I don't even follow Warner Bros. Yet I still make content. I don't follow Henry Cavill, but I still make content. Following whoever you follow does not really make a difference, but it's clear Cavill's team's done it for a reason, and it might not even be Cavill. It could be in his management team. We don't really know here, but Warner Bros, it's a freaking disaster. It really is. Don't turn Clark Kent into black. That's not needed. That's a forced agenda. Val Zod, Calvin Ellis, pick a black Superman that's already black. This has really annoyed a lot of people, and I still can't get my head around why they've done this. It makes absolutely no sense, guys. So like always, please like, subscribe, and comment to help the channel grow and help the video grow. Check us out on Instagram at Warstu if you want to see the face behind the voice. Also check us out on Twitter, WarstuG, aka Warstu, and I will catch ya in another video very soon. Catch ya later.